Hi, I'm Noel Blank. You probably remember my dad, Mel Blank. He talked funny. We both love cars, and this is the greatest. Welcome to the Goodguys West Coast National.
It's a lot of fun. You know, we all look at each other's car. I mean, we all enjoy each other's car. Everybody's car is different.
America and the world has a passion with the automobile, and I think this is just one way of displaying it.
All the incredible colors that are on display and be around the fun people.
Hello everybody, I'm John Drummond of the Goodguys. We're reporting to you live today from the Pleasanton Fairgrounds in Pleasanton, California. Pleasanton is a small Northern California community located just 40 miles east of the San Francisco here. The climate is wonderful. It's the perfect atmosphere for a street rod and custom event. Grass, roads to cruise on. Lots of shady trees. We got palm trees. I mean, California is synonymous with hot rodding, and it's basically hot rod heaven. You can find anything here from a 27 Ford T to a 1952 Merc Custom and everything in between. Louvers, lower, chop, channel, billet, steel, you name it. You'll find it here in Pleasanton. We've got over 200 hot rod manufacturers and exhibitors. We've got arts and crafts. We've got live entertainment with Vince Manson Italian. That's a wild show. Basically, it's a complete motorsports entertainment package here in Pleasanton.
So this is all new. The nice weather, the palm trees, and this is a nice area.
It's not segregated. The kids can come. There's lots of things to do. There's playgrounds. There's kids' games.
After the kids are grown, you go back to your teenage days and enjoy everything.
basically nowhere else in motorsports today can you go and find an entire family participating in an event such as we have this weekend here in Pleasanton. You know, the wives and the children, and they all just basically feel this common bond as they get in the family hot rod and cruise to the event. There's stuff here for the kids to do. We have playgrounds. We have arts and crafts for the wives. We have, you know, barbecues going on. It's really a family thing here, and that's what makes Pleasanton so appealing to me.
It's now never. Come on, return. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Yeah, I will be too late. It's now never, my love. It wouldn't be right. My love won't darling, be mine tonight. Too late, it's now or never, my love. It's now or never, my love won't win.
It's a 1950 Buick Roadmaster, powered by a 510-inch bow-tie Chevy, digital fuel injected with 3-stage nitrous, made 807 horsepower, 400 turbo reverse manual valve body transmission. Has 4-wheel disc brakes, rack and pinion steering, air conditioning, electric windows, electric trunk, and electric doors. Took 8 months to build the car. It's got one-off Boyd wheels, Boyd steering wheel. The floor is channeled over the body. It's a full tube chassis, 4-link suspension. The colors are wineberry, orange, and tangerine. I got about 65 grand invested in the car with no labor, just parts and material.
Exactly what it is. What's your name for that?
Bucktooth Buick. Hot rodding has always been a vivid there's a lot of sight, sound, noise. Hot rods have always been fun cars since they were, just roadsters to start with. One of the nice things about a Goodguys event is it's more than just street riding. And we've got customs here, we've got shoe boxes, we've got pro street cars, you name it. And it's visceral. There's the cars are cruising, you hear the engines running, you see the cars driving around town all day long. Pleasanton is a neat little area, and it's all full of hot rods of all kinds. Right now, we're seeing that people are getting back to basics. We're seeing a lot of 32 Fords with full hoods and solid hood size, black paint, steel wheels, white wall tires. I love it. But Goodguys events usually has a little more of everything. Got, for one thing, they're allowing up to 1952 cars here, and at other events they allow up to 64. And so, you see rods, customs, 50s cars, pickups, all that sort of thing together. And these are really fun events.
I think the magic is individuality. The magic is imagination, and the magic is just driving in here and being part of the total scene. And I want to say one thing for sure. The biggest part of this is ego. And anyone says it's not ego is crazy. No one would spend 20, 30, 40, 50,000, maybe even $100,000 on a car if it wasn't for their ego. And that keeps us going. This is the hobby part. Work goes away, the problems of day-to-day life. You get to your street rod and you're 19 years old again and you're having a ball. In street rodding, age doesn't mean anything. I'm 60 years old. I met a guy that's 23 today. When you're in high school, 2 or 3 years can make a big difference in who your friends are and who they're not. In street rodding, hot rodding, hey, it makes no difference. And that's one of the catalysts that makes this thing work. Since age is no criteria, that is the success of the sport. You follow me? Just a 20-year-old fella or a 60-year-old fella like myself, we can sit there, we can look at the cars, we can talk hard parts, talk hobby, and just as if we were the same age, and that's what makes it work. Dean, lifelong friendship can be formed in 5 minutes at a fairgrounds like this, and you meet that same person a year later or 2 years later. They know you, you know them, and it's like meeting your brother or your sister that you haven't seen for 5 or 10 years.
What is it? Why is that?
I don't know. I think what it is, we got such a small specific interest. I think it's the small specific interest. We just form this mutual admiration society. I think that's the way of what makes it work.
And yet, the whole cross-section of humanity is in this place.
You're talking airline pilots, you're talking people on welfare, you're going from the top to the bottom, you're talking financiers, developers, and you're talking average guys like most of us are. And you know what? Those heavy hitters, as I call them, are average guys when they walk in this door. Hey, there's a kind of a throbbing spirit here. There's electricity here. There's electricity that doesn't go away.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the West Coast Goodguys Nationals here in Pleasanton. This has been an honor for me. This is the first one I've done, and this is great. I mean, these rods, there's about 3,000 of them, and it's been a great show so far. Yesterday was good, and now here we are Saturday morning and ready to go again. We've got a lot of things going on for you today. We've got prime rib dinner tonight for you, $8. Get you a prime rib dinner in the cafeteria, and that sounds great to me. I'm ready for that right now. But this will be a great show. The Pedal Car Show, that's in Building D. Be sure and check that out. And remember when you were a kid and you built models and how much fun it was to show them off? Well, we're going to show them off here in Building D today. The youngsters, the young ones, and the older ones like myself that still like to build those models, they're out there. And check them out. That's the AMT
Pedal cars are a miniature car, a scaled-down version of the full-size car that are powered by pedals. Little kids get in them and they pedal them around. They were first very popular back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and they were sold as actually a market for exercise for younger kids, and gave some of the struggling bicycle companies an outlet to convert some of their facilities to duplicate the full-size cars, something else for them to sell. They became very, very popular, and kind of took off. These deuces are a third scale of the full-size original car. This car here, the red car, belongs to Rusty Stevens, who is a street rodder. It's a duplicate of his full-size car. Howdy Ledbetter duplicated the interior when he was doing the interior in the full-size car. The purple car belongs to Andy Brizio, and that was, we presented that to him at the 25th anniversary of his picnic last year. These cars, they start in a builder version, which basically you put together, do your own paint and upholstery, chrome plating at $1,600. The finished cars, as you see here, are on the $3,000 to $4,000 range, depending on the options. Hi, I'm Jay Bolton, and I own Pedals, and these are the pedal cars that we build and develop.
There's two groups of people who are interested in them. The first group are the people that grew up with them as young kids in the late 30s, 40s. And the other group are the people who have the young kids that could actually use these cars and have fun with them. So there's two groups of people that are interested in them.
I've come all the way from New Zealand. I've been coming to these events right from the start of since Pleasanton's been going, and I enjoy coming to them to keep up with all the latest trends, see all the new cars and all the new equipment. There's just so much to see here. Great entertainment. Gary puts on an excellent event.
From a woman's point of view, just being here in California is great. The cars are always super, and the people are just wonderful.
What do you suppose it is about this sport that attracts so many people?
Probably our roots from hot rodding years ago, and it's just nice to get together with everybody again.
The fellowship thing too. Make new kinds of friends. Loud friends and quiet friends too.
California always wants to say that their cars are the greatest, which we all think so. Just California is a place where trends have usually been started. New ideas that guys are building. There's a lot of guys at home in their garage that come up with these real great ideas building these cars, and everybody that's involved in these hot rods is out checking everyone else's car out. I mean, there's a lot of nice cars built all over the country, so it's pretty tough to say that just the Californians have the neatest cars, but we all like to think so anyhow. Hi, how you doing? I'm Roy Brizio Street Rods. Here we are at the West Coast Nationals. We're out here cruising around this afternoon. It's one of the largest in the West Coast. Actually, it is the largest in the West Coast, and everybody comes to Pleasanton for a good time. There's plenty of entertainment, good weather, great area for hotels. Just a lot of neat people come from SoCal, NorCal, far away as Washington, Florida, all over the country. It's just one of the greatest events.
It's kind of laid back. This is the first time I've been to Goodguys in Pleasanton. I'm from Tennessee. I go to a lot of the East Coast Goodguys events, but all the Goodguys events is just a bunch of nice guys, friendly guys putting on a good event that all of them like hot rods. They've tried to keep, it is a business, but they've tried to keep it down to a minimum as far as rules and regulations. The whole point is everybody have a good time, and that includes the guys that are putting it on. They have a good time.
It's not like say racing where the woman sits in the grandstand and watch her husband race or something like that. We've done that some too, but this is something that we do together. I mean, you know, ride in the car together, go down the highway together. I don't go off the rod runs by myself, and her stay at home, and I mean, we just go every place together with our car. It's our car.
All day and not say enough good things about Gary Metters and the Goodguys.
Well, I think the Goodguys are pretty good. I met, what was the guy?
Gary Metters.
Gary Metters when we were in Salem, and he's just a down-to-earth, really neat guy. I really enjoyed him.
We saw him last night at the party. It's, hey, how you doing? I mean, it's like you're an old long-lost friend, and that's what these people are. Every one of these people out here on this fairground's a long-lost friend to Gary Metters, even though he may not have met them yet. When he does the first time, they're an old long-lost friend.
Well, going back, a lot of these guys are involved in it today used to be into drag racing, and in that particular case, well, usually the families were not included, and it was more a male-type sport. And today, why, the families pack their bags and they go on rod runs. And like my wife now, she can be found in fine stores everywhere in Pleasanton. And I get to kick tires. So
this is for women. Of course, I snuck out to Nordstrom's for just a few minutes, like 2 hours.
Friendship and people getting together. I think it's a good time. It's not like the days of when people were calling it hot rodding. We have a good time. We all do things together. We have meetings. It's just a lot of fun.
Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. I know you're going to like it if you give it a chance now. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. I know you're going to do the beat. Do the other line and I do the street. So come on, and do the locomotion.
They call me the King. They call me that four-letter word with a K in it. A 1, 2, 3.
One harmony, a
the show. 3 to get ready now. Go, cat, go. Why don't you step on my blue suede shoe? Come on, shake it, brother. You can do anything. Come on, let's play. What? Oh, you knocked me down. Throw me against the wall. Punch me in the stomach. Don't kick me in the what? Don't you step on my blue suede shoe. You can do anything. You can do anything. Step on my blue suede shoe. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve the King. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Back in Knoxville, Tennessee. I flew home and I drove my own personal car here. This is the greatest show there is in Pleasanton.
It's fun. Fun. Nice gathering.
It's good, wholesome fun too. I mean, everybody's got their family or their friends, couples, you know, and everybody gets together, and it's just like having a reunion all the time.
I think 32 Fords always maintain a certain characteristic, a certain appeal. If you look around the deuce doings, you'll see them done up many different ways, high-tech, low-tech, bone stock, and people are attracted to them no matter which way they are. They just are a popular hot rod. America and the world has a passion with the automobile, and I think this is just one way of displaying it. The 32 Ford is the quintessential street rod. It was the first year that Henry Ford brought out the V8. It was popular at the dry lakes, popular at the drag races, popular on the street. It has been and always will be the most popular street rod. Everybody likes their own thing in hot rods, but there's no question that when you put a bunch of people in a crowd and there's a few deuces around, they'll draw a lot of attention. They're hot, they're popular, they always have been, they always will be. I'm Rick Davis from Chilliwack, British Columbia. I drove down from Canada in this 32 Ford Phaeton. I brought a half a dozen friends with me, and we're here at Pleasanton to enjoy the Goodguys West Coast Nationals.
Of cars here. There's high boys and low boys and sedan, chopped coupes and unchopped coupes and customs. This, however, is the greatest. This is my favorite. This was designed by Jerry Ruskin and his wife, and it is probably the best high boy I've ever seen. 1932, beautiful, all custom, gorgeous leather interior, anodized in iris. This car, I'd like to fly this car myself.
Won the Oakland Roadster Show in 1992, most beautiful roadster. This car was built by Boyd Connington. The rear end is a Haliban quick change in it. It's a 29 Ford Roadster body. The body has been sectioned and lengthened. We took 3.5 inches out of the side of the body, added 1.5 inches to the doors, hid the hinges, and flared the fender wells away, the back of it, and moved the fender wells forward. The wheels are a one-off set that Boyd made for me with 6 holes. He has a set of wheels that have 5 in it, but 6 with little grooves on them, and we did those special for me. The interior is commonly leather, and that was done by Ron Mangus down in Los Angeles. The 4 bars are different lengths so that they would accent the body lengths of the car. It's got a Excel ignition in it, B&M blower, and milled air cleaner and valve covers, a Babs radiator. The turn signals are in the axle and the bat wings. The torsion bars are on the front, going through the frame, and on the rear they're exposed. It's got a complete belly pan underneath the motor. It's got a 5-speed Doug Nash in it with a Hawk 406 Indianapolis motor that's been converted to be used on the street. Hi, my name is Dennis Varney, and I own this 29 Roadster.
Sid Chavers. I design and build interiors for street rods. It's not only what I do for a living, but it's what I enjoy a lot. When I'm doing an interior, the first thing we do is basically the design work and the fabrication work on all the panels and the seats. After all the design work and fabrication work is done, then we start with the upholstery process. Each piece is individually upholstered and then fitted into the car. This is one of the interiors we built at shop in Sunnyvale. As you can see, all of the seats are silhouette, one piece. The frames have all been made out of wood. We use wood, Bondo, a little bit of steel, whatever it requires, fiberglass. It's all sculptured, molded, and then installed in the car. It's all Mercedes vinyl and Mercedes quality carpet. The main thing I look for is detail. Just how nice all the corners and edges and everything's finished. Not necessarily the wild designs or the fancy colors. My main concern is the detail. If all the corners are rolled tight, all the lines line up, the little detail stuff. And here's one of my personal favorites. These little 32 Roadsters are a lot of fun cars. This car was done for Bob Lawrence, built by Roy Brizio Street Rods. Bob's from Florida. This car was driven back to Indy and then to Florida and then back to Goodguys deal here this weekend. This is more of a traditional style interior with the high-tech version, all leather interior. We even padded and hand leather lace covered the bell wheel. One of the things we like to do to kind of set our interiors apart is we hand build all the armrests so that they flow with the whole design of the seat. This particular armrest has an electric switch that opens the door from under the armrest. Everything's sculptured, handmade. All the headliner is different laminated pieces together that have all been blue pressed. It's a pretty timely process. It requires a lot of fabrication to start with. The basic upholstery goes pretty fast, but the fabrication is the real majority of the work on a lot of these cars. This car was Gary Medler's giveaway car from last year.
You know, part of the Pleasanton experience is seeing people come together with other friends and the cars. The cars are what make Pleasanton the Pleasanton experience. Over 3,000 cars here this weekend. And it's behind me here, people like the Williamses that really make the experience unique. Jerry and Muffy won the 1990 Goodguys giveaway car. It's this beautiful 32 Ford Vicky. It comes with a 502-inch big block on a fiberglass car. That's quite a little hot rod. Jerry and Muffy Williams' car really came out to be a jewel. The paint's there, everything's there. When we give these cars away, this is the way they come, in rough form, basically. This is the 1992 Goodguys giveaway Viper Coupe. Has a Gibbon fiberglass body. It's going to have all kinds of neat tricks and parts to it. It's a classic traditional hot rod. It's a 33 Ford 3-window coupe. And one lucky Goodguy's going to walk out of here a happy camper on Sunday afternoon when he gets this baby. It's a classic hot rod.
The guy that builds a street rod is building his dream. It's a custom that he has always thought he wanted, and he can customize it himself. He can build the car to his own expectations. He can put it into the motor that he wants, and he can build his living, running dream. A good guy is a guy that loves rodding, will go anywhere with a hot rod, rain, snow, sleet, he'll take it anywhere. It'll break down, he'll fix it, he'll keep on going. A good guy is just about the best guy in the world. I think there's a real common bond between all rodders because we all like the same things. We like a lot of horsepower, we like beautiful cars, we like them to keep on running, and we have fun looking at each other's cars and our own. What attracts people to street rodding is that they all become kids again. I know I become a kid. We're all like 15, 16 years old and living it up again.
I think the secret is you're in awe of all the cars, but once you own one, it's just all the friendship and you're just happy. All the people waving, and in the way the world is today, it's a stress buster. I get in my car, I go for a ride, call on my accounts, it brings a smile to their face, and it makes me happy, and it just makes for a good day. So now I'm a daily driver. I drive the Bud Brew 39 Chevy, and it's a total fabulous experience.
Pull it over. Alright, we've got about enough of this.
That's all, folks.